Hey, have you ever wondered what it takes to rank on the first page of Google? Well, follow along with me because each week I do a series about what it takes to rank this week in Google, providing you with updated and fresh information about which websites are ranking on the front page of Google, what's changed, and how to turn around your SEO so that you can rank on the first page of Google also. Hi, my name's Jason Brown, the co founder of SERPWoo and inventor of SERP tracking. And in this episode, I show you what it takes to rank in Google for the first page for June 9th. This is a follow up from the major May core update that Google just had with their algorithm for SEO. And I'm going to follow up on what I showed you last week and show you what's changed, who's ranking, and again, what it takes to rank on the first page of Google. But before I show you, I got a couple announcements. I want to say thank you to everyone who visited from the Fat Stacks blog. If you know somebody there, tell them I said hi. I also want to thank Shauna, who recently signed up. And I want to thank all of our visitors from India. Namaste. And let's go ahead and jump into what I found for this week. Let me switch screens. So, what you're seeing here is SERPWoo's volatility. What we do at SERPWoo is for all of the keywords that we monitor, which are millions, we track what's happening on the first page of Google and how much that change has happened with the top 10 with the first page, how much change has happened day by day, and we write up a volatility score based on that. Other tools that are very similar to this, they usually use a subset of keywords or they use one country. Maybe they monitor 100 keywords, 1,000 keywords. Maybe they just monitor Australia only. SERPWoo, when we actually brought out this volatility script, we were the only company monitoring our entire database. No keyword limit, no country limit, and we do it day by day. So on May 26th, right here, you see we had our algorithm update. Anything over 15% volatility, we really start paying attention here at SERPWoo. Usually we see for the long term, somewhere that is 13, 14, 15. Once it starts crossing into 16%, we know that there's some major fluctuation happening. Usually these might just be penalties or small updates. And then once we reach like 18 or 19, we definitely know it's going to be a big algorithm change. So we definitely see that here on May 26th, and we see it kind of roll down. It's still pretty good May 29th. Even on June 1st, which was our last video, we've got it at 17%. And if we follow, we're still above 16 for every single day. Here's the 16 line right here. Ever since June 1st, we're still above. Okay. So here we are, June 9th. We're still above 16%. Now, obviously the day hasn't finished, so this isn't statistically relevant. But considering what's happened, this update is still rolling out, still changing. You got to give it some time before you make any knee-jerk reactions. Now, I do want to insert here, if you like this content, now is the time to hit the like button. Now is the time to comment. Now is the time to subscribe. Do it right now. I'll wait for you. It's not a big deal. But if you like this content and you want to see more of it, please do that. That lets me know that you like this particular content because we do other videos. And it lets me know I need to do more of this. Now, if you also like this content, go back and rewatch some of our older videos, whether that's building backlinks, whether that's more in this series so you can see what happened in prior weeks. But go ahead and take the time to like, comment, subscribe, and potentially get another video ready. So let's go forward here and I'll show you exactly what's changed this week. So for June 9th, we see a lot of the same stuff. It's not really factors that are causing this volatility, but potentially what you're doing with those factors on your website. So for June 9th, we're seeing a lot of the same stuff that we've seen for June 1st, which was keywords in H2, keywords in sentences, keywords in titles, the page size or body size, keywords in meta description, keywords in H1 and also H3. And we do have word count that came back. Usually I group word count in the page size and body size because typically for most pages, a large part of their page or body size is going to be word count. But this specifically came up as a factor that, kind of individually came up by itself again. Now, what we're missing is number of outbound links. Now, that's not saying that outbound links, that was for last week. That's not saying that outbound links are not important, but what it is saying is it didn't break the top 20 as far as factors. We look at billions of data points, thousands of factors, and in this video series, I always talk about what broke the top 20. That's not saying that things that are 21st or 22nd are not important. But if I didn't limit it, this video would go on forever, basically. So the top 20 of what's working has been pretty much the same as last week. Now, there is one exception. You could be looking at this right now and be like, Jason, yeah, we all know keywords in H2 and keywords in sentences and keywords and titles are so important. Yawn, I'm going to go back to sleep. But I told you in last week's video what was important about those keywords. Listen, this isn't just about keywords that are your particular niche or your particular topic or the ones that you're wanting to rank. Let's say you're wanting to rank carpenter bee traps. This isn't about primarily carpenter bee traps as a phrase being in your H2 or in your sentences or in your titles. That is important. We all know that, guys. That's elementary SEO 101, basically. What's important is the other words that are actually in those titles, in those H2s, in the H3s, and so forth. Words that would revolve around certain types of categories. If you want to know what those are, go back to What's Working in SEO for June 1st and watch that video. I spell out very clearly what these additional words are. You're going to have to go back to that video and watch it. When you do that, that's going to help us. That's going to help me. That's going to help Google and YouTube with the algorithm to show that you're really interested in these videos. Yeah, I know that's a cheap shot, guys, but I did spell it out last week. So if you've been watching this series, you already know what it is. If you haven't been watching, go back and watch that video. I spell out exactly what these other keywords need to be, so you can check that out there. So that's all I've got for this week. It's still a lot of the same from last week's video. It's still potentially a lot of the same. I mean, if you look back to when we started the series back in April, a lot of these same things are recurring and coming up again. That's why I wanted to do this. Good SEO has always been good SEO. Maybe some of the tactics that you do change, but nothing is really hitting things as far as on-page SEO factors. If we just go back in time here, look, we got keywords in H2, keywords in sentences. This goes back to April. And if you look, we've got keywords in H2, keywords in sentences. That's been repeated. I'll fast forward here. This has been repeated every week. All right. Keywords and titles is another one. If we go backwards, look, keywords and titles has been there since May 5th. Particularly, it's probably been there since April, just didn't break the top 20. Remember, this isn't like the exact list of what you need to do. This is just the top 20. Keywords and titles back on April 27th could have been something that was 23rd. Okay. Keywords and titles. All right, let's look at page size. That's going to be one that's been around for a while. since at least May 5th. Okay. Keywords in meta description, keywords in H1 and H3, and word count. Certain things are going to pop in and out. But like I predicted at the beginning of the series, keywords in H2 always going to be important. Everybody just thinks it's always H1, H1, H1. But keywords in H2 for years, people going back 4 or 5 years, I've noticed that keywords in H2 is one of the most important on-page SEO elements. So, good SEO is good SEO. What might be different right now is the other keywords in the H2, the other keywords in titles. And again, my June 1st video, go back to our channel, look at the June 1st, what's working in SEO. I spell out exactly what these other keywords are and even the reason why. And I'll give you a quick tip on that. It has to do with YouTube and YouTube coming up more in the search results. So that's the little hint I'll give you. But to find the keywords, go watch that other video. And that's everything I've got for you all. I don't have any other announcements other than to my haters out there. I see you, the same 2 haters, disliking each new video I put up as soon as I put it up. So that tells me you're definitely subscribed to the channel. I love you 2 haters. It's not a big deal. Keep hating. I know I'm doing things right. Keep hitting that dislike button twice. And I'll catch you again and see you again on the next video where I talk about what's working in SEO. And if you want to find out some good backlinks for your off-page SEO, we also have a video series every week. I publish a high authority backlink that you can grab that takes 2 or 3 minutes or even less that you can grab for your website. Go check out those videos as well, and I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks and goodbye.